him home, and he lived at Exchange Place.
Right.
All right. His first year, as recorded on the Beauregard school records, was the 1953-54 school year. You read it as being enrolled in January of 1954.
Mm-hmm.
So then it would be approximately March or April of 1954 when you saw them in the fight on the west side of the school. And then, was it shortly thereafter that he and Bobo were playing around?
No, the piano was before the fight outside.
Piano's before the fight?
Oh, yes.
So the piano would have been how long after he... When you introduced him...
I'm coaching basketball.
That's winter.
So you see, that's like February or early March.
Exactly.
I'm coaching basketball. The fight, the last thing you coach is, after basketball comes track. The last thing you coach before school closes is softball.
Okay. Let's go through that again. So, in chronological order then, Oswald would have come to school. You would have asked him how he wanted to be known. He would have said to you, Harvey.
Harvey.
And the next thing of any significance that happened is you were coaching basketball,
mm-hmm.
and you remember. Why don't you tell us what you remember? The fight, not the fight.
The piano.
Yeah, Bobo comes running out and.
Dorothy Duvick and I were with the basketball team, and Ed, I called him Ed. Ed Bobo comes running out and says, Mr. Roos, come help me. Piano's fallen on Harvey. So Dorothy Duvick and I went in there and pulled the piano up off of him. I asked him if we should call his mother, and said his mother was at work. So I had to do something. I called Mr. McMurdo, the principal. He says, take him down to Monte Lepre Clinic, which was east, going down Canal Street. It's where if the kids got hurt at school, that's where we took them. So I took him down. They examined him. He was all right. It was after 5 o'clock. It was getting dark. So I drove him home. That's how I knew he lived on Exchange Place.
That was, we know that address to be 126 Exchange Place, Exchange Alley.
When he came to my homeroom, he just came with a name.
And that would have been then February, March of 54.
Yeah. There was that's how I know he lived on Exchange, because when he came to my room, he just came a name. No address or anything.
Sure.
And he told me he lived upstairs, and it was a filthy, dirty place, like an alley. Evidently, the garbage was going to come because garbage was all over the street. And I really felt sorry for the kid then. This is where he lived, upstairs. I was already feeling sorry for him before then.
That's why it was named Exchange Alley. Probably really looked like an alley back then.
And so Bo was saying they're semi-friends, and here I am reading all this stuff about them, knowing David Ferry and all that stuff.